Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sonny, and this is another video in our lecture series on abundance thinking. All right, manifesting, having lots, having more. This is what we do about abundance. And today we're going to talk about making space for yourself. Yeah, really. I was speaking yesterday to someone, and she's saying it's difficult out there. The job market is tough. And I'm not knocking her at all. She's really smart. But there's a different way of thinking. And this is what I'm presenting to you guys here. A different way of thinking. And if you think like this, different things are going to happen to you. So with regards to creating space, with regards to getting a job, if you create space, they can't say no to you. they kind of have to give you the job. And if they don't give you the job, it really is to their detriment. And I'll give you an example. And you guys see me do it right here on the channel. Like you see me do it. And I speak about it all the time. I don't say, oh man, I got to go get a job. I don't think you've ever heard me say that. As you hear me say things like, I have to do all of these music education videos so that in September, I'm going to go teach all these kids. I didn't say anything about getting a job. I said, I got to do this to do that. It's very different. Most people want to think, most of you guys think when you go to get a job, you think, you compare yourself to everyone else. You're like, oh, am I as good as that guy? Am I as good as that guy? You know, is my resume is strong? You compare your resume, your height, maybe makeup, you know, maybe your body. What I don't know what you compare yourselves to. Like I said, I don't do this. So that's what you guys do when you guys are looking for a job. You know, do your resume, do your this, do that. You know, what are they looking for? What are they looking for? All right, I'll tell you the answer. They're looking for me. They're like, hey, now, but if I showed up the way you show up, I ain't getting the job. Any job, anywhere. Okay? Look at me. Look at me. If I show up for like any job, anywhere, I'm not getting it. And so, however, here's what I do. When I used to teach music, and you guys all know this, there's so many kids from all over the place wanted to study or hang out. And so and the parents were complaining. Right, I was in a part of the city where it was difficult and there was traffic, and they're like, "Sonny, you got to do something." And so I did. I had a bunch of kids, and I did it several times in Vancouver. I'm back in Toronto now. I went, and I'm like, okay, I have kids here, and so I went to the local music studio, the music place, and I said, "Look, man, music school, I have these kids, man. I have like 5 students in your neighborhood want to study with me. I need a place to teach my kids." And what do you say? If you own that music school, what do you say to me? No? No, Sonny? No? Go away? Because I'm just going to go right next door and steal all your business. So I'm going to take my kids next door and everyone's coming to me. So that's what happens. So it's either you work with me or you're done. So that's what you have to do to get a job. I never had any problems. They were like, okay, bring your kids here and then we'll give you more kids and we'll figure it out. Go make your YouTube videos, do this. Are you still doing this? You still do? Yeah, and what's going on? I'll tell and that's how you get the job. There was no job, man. And it happened several times in Vancouver, and those who know my history know me. There was no job. Okay, so like they already had a sax teacher, they already had a flute teacher, they already had a clarinet teacher, they already had someone, but they didn't have. So I had to create space. I'm like, man, these are my kids. They're studying with me. We need space. And so that's what you got to do. Right? My dad used to say this. He used to say, when I first moved out to Vancouver, he's like, what's taking you guys so long to get a place? If they want $1,200, tell them you'll pay $1,400 and take it. There's no problem here. You guys, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Just take the place. There's no waiting list. There's no competition. There's nothing. Just go take the place. It's the same with the teaching, or it's the same with jobs, man. You're comparing yourself to the wrong people. You could the entire. So when I said I couldn't relate to the concept that like it's difficult out there, it's because I can't really relate. You're not supposed to sit in a line and like next. Oh, am I as good as this guy? I hope I get it, and the other guy doesn't. I'm gonna say it again. There was no job. So but there had to be like to not like there was no job. I'm like, hey man, I need place to teach. So like, so if you do that in your life, wherever it is that you work, wherever it is, if you're a mechanic and you're like, you show up and you're like, oh my God, is there a job opening? I saw your sign on the wall. I hope I'm good enough to get this job. Maybe you are. But if you're there and you say, you know what, I've got like these 15 guys that I always like work on their cars and all that stuff. Like, man, I need a place to work on the cars, man. So like, I'm going to bring all this business to you, right? And that's just a mechanic. And I was just a music teacher, and this is just a mechanic. Eventually, I owned my own school. I owned the studio. I owned everything as I matured through my career. But like, that's how I started out. Now, for you guys, think about it. What kind of job do you do? Like, what are you bringing to the business? Like, what are you bringing, man? What are you bringing? I'm going to say it once again. There was no job. Once you get that mentality, there was no job. And so then you are going to create space for yourself in the world as well. So if you're interning, your job is to create enough contacts and you create enough situation so that you can go create space in an organization. And each organization is different. If you're looking for a job, you have to think in terms of how am I going to create space for this company? And that's the difference, man. That's the difference in the mentality. That's the difference in scarcity thinking. I hope I get this one job, to abundance thinking. I'm going to say it again. There was no job. I went in on a couple of occasions and I said, I need space. I need space for my kids. That's what I did. This is not to say that there weren't times in my life where I applied for jobs, because like that's how you do it. And I'm explaining to you guys the two different ways. You have to make space. This furthers into relationships. If you want to get the guy, you got to make space in that guy's life, man. Or if you want to get the girl, you got to go make space in that girl's life, man. And so, or else it's not going to work. Like, I have no reason to talk to anybody. I don't even want to. So that's the deal. That's how it works. Do you create space in this world? Mike is creating space in this world with his company where he does the tiles and the flooring, right? He's creating space. Right? So good luck. I wish you guys all the best. Good luck. I wish you the best. And I'll see you guys soon.